Hi, my name is Charles. I was actually watching Lisa's drum channel the other day and saw this comment um, on one of her videos and thought that I could help out, so I'm doing a kind of a video response to that. The commenter wrote, could you do a lesson about hi-hat footwork, specifically foot pressure? I have a tendency to pressure choke it down when playing closed. Perhaps you could talk about hi-hat cymbal setup as well. Loose or tight at the clutch. Cheers. First, let's start with the just basic setup. Clutch-wise, I'm going to show you real quick. This whole assembly right here, this top assembly, and under here is the clutch. Whenever you're playing, it's a good idea to have this good and tight. You don't want this thing slipping in the middle of you playing. So to answer that question, you really want it kind of tight on the clutch. You don't want it so tight that it's gonna crack your cymbal or anything, but you want it nice and just hand tight, hand firm. Whenever you go to set it up, just a good idea is just to set it down on the stand. And then you can leave this lug up here loose, and then you can adjust the height with the pedal. For me, I have a very almost, I mean, you can see it's almost closed, is how little pressure, or is how little height I like having on it, because I personally can get all the sounds I need out of the songs that I do with just this little bit of open hi-hat. And plus, I play heel up on both my kick and my hi-hat pedal, so it's a lot less effort for me to just basically lift my foot. I mean, this is just like tapping your foot to get this sound. So it's just to answer that question. The height that you keep it open is ultimately up to you, but really you don't need it like like way open like this in order to get the sounds that you really need. So with that being said, the footwork I kind of touched on just a minute ago, but I play heel up. If you play heel down, that's fine too. You're still going to get the same feel out of it. It's just like tapping your foot, and really that's all you want to do, because you really don't want to. You don't want to make it. You don't want to have to so concentrate on opening, raising this foot up and down, to where it takes away from playing whatever else you're trying to play, or a kick pattern that you may be trying to play. And plus, it gives you. And let me switch sticks real quick. What it is, it gives you nice tight sound, and that's just with your foot just at a normal, just kind of resting pace. When you lift your foot up a little bit, that's when you start getting the other sounds. Now, when you want, now one of the things you can do to really kind of help gauge your foot pressure, if you're having problems with choking down on it, just start with basic 8 notes and just try to get what we call a barking sound. And I'll give you an example of that. Try to get that out of just raising your foot. And 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 1. Now, it sounds totally great when you're playing a song. Like, I'll give you an example. I just play a couple of measures and show you what it kind of sounds like in the course of a song, rather than just on the hi-hat. what that ends up doing, it gives a song a little bit more body, gives it a little bit more accent, rather than hitting a crash or doing a ride or something like that. Something where you need a really quiet sound. As far as where you sit the hi-hat, I kind of play mine at just a mid height. You can raise it higher or lower depending on how you know, again, depending on the user, how you decide to use your hi-hat. But I play mine at just a minimum height, and I play with these the hybrid sticks. These are called lightning rods by ProMark. So I'm gonna play with these just so you can get an idea of you know, just the sound that it gets. It gives you a nice crisp sound, but you know, you can still really hear the hi-hat cut through, especially if they're mic'd. But when I'm playing, especially since these are a little bit bigger than these, I play with my hi-hat a little bit closer towards me. That way, when I have to hit my snare and my hi-hat at the same time, I don't get them mixed up. I don't hit them. I don't get in the way of myself, and it sounds nice and crisp still. And the other good thing about having it kind of a little bit further back is you really don't have to move your right arm all that much. You can, you know, I mean, with your stick, you can. I mean, I've got mine pressed right up against my body, and it's easier for me to just be able to control that way. But again, that's up to you. If you want to play it a little bit over here, if you want to play a little bit lower, sometimes people play a little bit lower because they can get 16th notes a little better. That's again up to you. But really, the biggest thing that you want to do with your hi-hat is make sure it's in a place where you can access it comfortably. You know, the hi-hat is actually the most played of any of the pieces of your drum kit. So you want to make sure you can access it comfortably. You can get to where you can use your feet comfortably without having to really think about it. And that's going to take a little practice, and put it at a height that's actually comfortable for you. We're not cookie cutter drummers. There's no rules that say your hi-hat has to sit at this height, at this level, with this tension, or anything like that. You decide. You know, the part of the fun in playing drums is actually getting to go out and explore your kit. And this goes for every piece of the kit, but I'm speaking specifically of the hi-hat right now. Explore the kit, enjoy it, find out what works for you. You're probably going to go through, I probably went through 15-20 different variations of where to put my hi-hat, how high to place it, you know, how open I like it, how closed I like it, before I actually settled on something that I really kind of like. So don't let it intimidate you. And the other thing is, you don't need some people might tell you might need some expensive hi-hat stand or you know, something like that, and you don't. This came with this kit, so I have not done anything to this stand at all. It's a matter of the person playing rather than, you know, in this case, the equipment. There are some, you know, pretty good ones out there that maybe have a little bit better pedal action or whatever. But if you learn how to, you know, how to apply pressure just to get the sound that you want, you can put this hi-hat on any piece of hardware you want, and you're still going to get the same sound. I really encourage you to just maybe practice starting with just some 8 notes, and you know, just to get different sounds out of it. that way it gives you, you know, a little bit to really tight closed sound. It gives you a little bit more open sound. It gives you the bark sound that I was talking about, and you can get a feel for how you want to do it, and then apply it to just a basic drum beat. And you know, remember to use this is used great for dynamics, and you know, again, just keep practicing, because this is so much fun just to explore and practice and have a good time with it. Don't get so much into rules and thinking you have to have things a certain way. You make up the rules, you do it the way you want, and you're going to totally enjoy it. Different people are going to have different opinions, but that's okay, because different people aren't, you know, the other people aren't you. You can totally do this. You're going to be, even if you're not playing at a you know, a performance level, if you're just playing for fun, just explore it and just enjoy yourself, because that is the key, I think, to playing drums or any instrument, period, is enjoying it. If you don't enjoy it, then you're not gonna have an appreciation for it, and it's gonna seem like work rather than fun. So enjoy yourself, and thank you, Lisa, very much for the lessons that you do, and I hope this helps. And if anybody has any comments, you can post them in that comment section. And thank you, and God bless.